Storyside presents Rebel City, Hong Kong's Year of Water and Fire, narrated by Jennifer Lim and Chike Chan. Foreword. I am proud of this book, and yet humbled by it. It is a chronicle of the greatest social and political upheaval that Hong Kong has undergone in our times, a non-partisan account of the events of 2019, encapsulating the blood, sweat and tears of a world city at a crossroads. It's also a fact-based attempt to explain all the contradictions, nuances and complexities of the story of the anti-government protest movement that was triggered by the ill-fated extradition bill and continues to impact the city and the lives of its 7.4 million people. And it's a labour of love by a team of outstanding journalists at the South China Morning Post, supported by a wider network of dedicated colleagues who deserve a separate book someday to tell the story of their passion for the job and their professionalism against formidable odds. I am talking about the gruelling hours, the relentless pressure, and the immense personal risks at the front lines of often violent protests, all to tell the story of their times. Reporters, photographers, videographers, and artists, along with editors, made many sacrifices, regularly working marathon hours and toiling late into the night for weeks on end to cover the chaos sweeping the city, all too often at great risk to their own safety and health. The physical and emotional stress on the people who produced the articles collected in this book has been tremendous. At the worst moments, some have been tear-gassed, pepper-sprayed, and hit with projectiles during chaotic confrontations between police and protesters, while others have been intimidated and threatened for doing their job. And it wasn't only our journalists. Take, for instance, one of our key administrative staff members having her car petrol-bombed while on her way to work. But we stayed the course, kept calm and remained focused, doing what it took to tell the world the real story of what happened to our city, warts and all, without taking sides and without fear or favour. Our coverage has been as comprehensive as it has been objective and professional throughout. It has sifted through sharply conflicting narratives and bitterly divided opinions to bring out every shade of colour in between the ubiquitous blue and yellow that lit up much of what was dubbed the revolution of our times by activists, but condemned as rioting and illegal behaviour by both the local and central governments. This book brings out the grave implications all this will have on Hong Kong's relations with mainland China, which have been thrown into extreme uncertainty by the social unrest and political chaos. It digs deep into the many cross-border problems that were swept under the carpet for more than 2 decades after the city's handover to Chinese sovereignty, festering and eventually snowballing into a crisis that made global headlines. Consider this book but a sampling of some of the best work that the award-winning journalists of the South China Morning Post have been putting out and continue to produce. We present it to you, dear readers, with pride and humility. Tammy Tam, Editor-in-Chief, South China Morning Post.
Introduction. Zuraida Ibrahim. Through the first half of 2020, Hong Kongers struggled to read one another's mood. Surgical masks hid their faces and muffled their normally expressive Cantonese. These accessories were deemed so essential in the fight against the novel coronavirus that millions of Hong Kongers ritually put them on whenever they stepped out of their homes to protect themselves and others. The irony was not lost on residents of the city. During the previous 6 months, face masks had been commonplace too. Worn by protesters to protect against pepper spray, tear gas, and surveillance cameras, masks were so associated with dissent that the government banned them. Not that the injunction affected their status as de rigueur street fashion items for the autumn and winter seasons of 2019. Just as they would during the COVID-19 pandemic, the masks made Hong Kong more inscrutable. Despite being talked in the same...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?